Yeah. Whatever. Yeah, whatever we are keep on doing so far was a part of financial accounting, where we were dealing with different topics like AR, AP, asset accounting, and so on. Now the things are going to be changed. We are dealing with controlling. This is called as management accounting.
No.
Here we do accounting of cost and revenues. Only two things are necessary. Here we are doing accounting of cost and revenue. The cost refers to the expenditures and other types of purchases and everything that you make, and revenue refers to the different types of incomes that you have. So this is what we are dealing with, cost and revenue here, plus things like planning, then after budgeting, afterwards actual data will be posted. Then you will find the things like deviation calculation, etc., etc. This is are the things that we are going to do over here. So in lieu of doing that, the first thing that you are going to deal with is creation of controlling area. Like the way you have company code in financial accounting, similarly in controlling you have the concept of controlling area. This can be done through OKP. So these are some basic steps that we are going to do, like defining a controlling area. Then we'll see the assignment of controlling area with company code. Then we will see the activation of here. Finally, we'll go for creating number ranges, and then we will define the versions under which we are going to do the planning. So these are the certain basic topics of controlling that we are going to cover over here. It's starting with SPRO, SAP reference IMG. We'll cover the controlling part here. Go to general controlling, organization, and then first of all you have to do maintain controlling area. This particular part is called as OKP. In terms of the transaction code, click on execute on maintain controlling area. Now double click on maintain controlling area. Go for new entry area. Here system needs a lot of details to be given over here. So instead of going to the FI side and checking everything and then filling this form, so it's better to link your controlling area with your company code. So click on CO area equal to C code and link it with your company code. Your company code is T81 and then hit continue. Already assigned. Acha, it seems like we created it already. Let me have a look. It's T81. Yeah, it seems like we have created it earlier. So basically you have to link it and all the details will be automatically copied over here. We do it at the time of doing the posting for the first time in our GL right here. We set it earlier as mandatory settings for the company code. Remember here we have the controlling area definition. So no need to create controlling area over again. Then we went to assignment of company code and we have hit new entry here and link the company code. Then after you have to go to assign component and control indicators. All the components are in inactive status right now. None of them are active. So leave them right now like that only. After that you have two more settings: maintain number ranges for controlling documents and maintain version. So first of all, go to maintain number ranges for controlling documents. Here click above and click on copy sub object, copy it from 0001 to TAT1. 0001 is the default entry already fine in your system. Hit continue, continue again, and you will find controlling area 0001 was copied to TAT1. If you want to check your entry now, you may put TAT1 over here and click on, instead of changing number ranges or intervals in controlling, we maintain that in groups. So click on groups and you will find the different groups are given over here. This is the copied section. One more thing you have to understand, like in case of financial accounting, you were doing entries even after AP, even after AR, even after asset accounting. Everywhere you were doing what? Entries. But here on the controlling side, you don't have to do any entry. All the entries here are going to come from financial accounting itself. What you are supposed to do over here, you have to, understand that in terms of cost and revenue, and then basically you will have to assign that either as a cost or an income. So there are two activities that you will be doing. All right?
Yeah.
So let's find out. One second. So go for maintaining a version. Maintain version here. Click on execute. Version 0 is a default version given in the system, and this is applicable for whole controlling standalone for all the different areas. So select 0 from here and then click on settings for each fiscal year right here under controlling area settings. If you resize it, you will find settings for each financial year. Double click on it. Controlling area name is TAT1. Hit continue. By default, we do planning for next 5 to 10 years. Generally, even if you see the government, they are planning for maybe next 5 years, 6 years, depending on their work schedule of a government. And then every year they do budgeting of railways, budgeting of finances, different types of budgets comes. So what basically happens is, we take under consideration 5 to 10 years. Depends on company to company, how much years they are planning. And based on their planning, they will allot funds to those particular, expenditures, and they will also intervene into the revenue generation sections, and they'll find out from different sources they are going to earn some money, the expected earnings, and accordingly they will plan their expenditures. So for that, basically we take care of 5 to 10 years for which they have to do planning and budgeting, and accordingly they'll be working. So system is giving you by default 5 years plan over here. If you want to raise numbers, you can hit new entry here and include some more years like 22, 23, 24, 25, depends, whatever you need. Then you have to, check integrated planning. Right now 17 is concerned, so we'll check integrated planning in terms of 17. Next year you will do 18, 19, and so on. Depends. If you want to do planning for all the 5 years, you will check everything from here. Do not lock the version, because if you lock the version, that version will not be modifiable at all. So don't lock them. Just check integrated planning. Copying allowed should be checked in each and every case. And then you have to click save over here. Once you hit save, system will automatically schedule a background job. You have to say yes. After that, in the output device, put LP01 and hit continue. You will automatically be coming to run the job. Here, click on execute, and you will find the job that you have scheduled is finished now. Right here.
Right.
So go back after, and we have finished that version maintenance. So 3 things we did: defining controlling area, maintaining number ranges, and maintaining versions. 3. These are the part of most basic settings you have. The very next thing that we are going to cover here is going to be called as cost element accounting. Now you have to understand what is cost accounting. Cost elements. Cost elements are basically your GL accounts from the P&L type. P&L means profit and loss statement. What are the things that comes under P&L? One is your revenue or sales and your expenses. So if you see the series of accounts that is involved over here will be 3,000 to 4,999. This is what is going to be a part of your cost element. What are cost elements basically? Cost elements are cost drivers. Whether it is some kind of income or whether it is some kind of expenditure, what is happening in financial accounting will be captured as a cost driver. Cost driver is basically the element which drives the cost from FI to CO, financial accounting to controlling. Let's see how. Say you are entering a transaction, admin expense paid, a debit of 10,000 from bank. This is an entry. So this is an expenditure that you are making, right? So it should be captured as an expense in the costing section, because anyway it is going to be an expenditure for your company. So this expenditure needs to be captured by your system. Same way, if you are getting some revenue, so your bank will be getting debited and your sales account or some other incomes account is going to be credited. So in that case, sales account is also a cost driver. So basically, cost drivers are those accounts which drives cost from financial accounting to controlling. In financial, you post the transaction, and in controlling, you are going to capture that and run accounting on that, management accounting, so that you can be able to find the sources of your income and different expenditures that are happening in your organization. So this is what you will be doing on the controlling side. Types of cost elements. The one type is called as primary cost element. These are your GL accounts of P&L type, means profit and loss statement type. And the second type is called as secondary cost elements. These are controlling specific only. They will be created under controlling, and their scope is also limited for inside the controlling itself. So now go to define the cost element. There are different ways to define cost element, but whenever you're doing it for the first time, you have to do it automatically, because for us maybe we have 20-25 accounts. So if we have to create it manually, it's not a big task. We can create that because 20-25 accounts creation is not a big deal. But when it comes to 100, 200 or 500 accounts, I'm talking about a company. When it will be in a company, there may be a lot of accounts to be there. So in that case, it will become little hectic to manage it, because the number of accounts will be very much. So that is why we create a cost element with the help of automatic creation mode. So from here, click on automatic creation of primary and secondary cost element, and you can go for make default settings. Then run a batch and execute the batch. All the cost elements will be created. Let me show you an alternative way to create a cost element. Another thing I would like to tell you, we have accounts from 1,000 to sorry, 1 second. We have accounts from 1000 to 4999. So part of the cost element is only accounts from 3000 to 4500. Before 3000, I have given you a series also earlier, 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Yes.
What was that? 1 is asset, liability, 2 asset, 3 incomes, and 4 expenditures. So 1 and 2 are not a part of controlling at all because they are balance sheet items. 1 and 2 are balance sheet items, so they are not a part of controlling. 3 and 4 are the part of P&L, so they can be created as a cost element in your system. So this is what the definition that you have to make. Now, fine. How to create a cost element? Let's select 3000. This is your sales account. You will find the option on the top of the screen, edit cost element. You see here, you can click on it, provide a date from where it is going to be valid, say 1/1/17, 1st January 2017, and you have to provide a category. See, name comes automatically from the GL account. In the cost element category, you have to sell, what is it? Revenue. If it is expenditure, you have to select primary cost or cost reducing revenues. But it is not an expenditure, it's a revenue, so you have to select 11 and save it. Your cost element will be created. So even if you have to create it manually, you can use this way. Or maybe you can try doing it like this. Come back to the main window. From there, go to accounting, controlling, cost element accounting, master, cost element, individual processing, and K01 for primary cost element. Again, see, it's the same thing. Same window, here is accessing it from 2 different locations. All right. So this is the way of creating individual cost elements. But when we need to create it in groups, you have to use the option of automatic creation. How? Like this. Cost element accounting, master data, cost elements, automatic creation of primary and secondary cost element, and click on make default settings first. Provide your chart of accounts, hit new entries. All the accounts from 3000 to 3999 are what? They are revenues, 11. Just before a couple of seconds, I was showing this to you. I hit 11 in 3000 to 3999. 4000 to 4999 are what?
Expenditure.
They are your expenditure. So you can set 1 primary cost or cost reducing revenues in front of them. Then you can go for saving it. Click on save button, hit continue, and the settings have been made. Now we have to create a batch so that all the accounts falling in these 2 series will be selected and converted into a cost element. So go back once again, click on create batch input session from here. Provide your controlling area on the top, provide a validity date 1/1/17 to 31/12/9999 means unlimited time. Just set it to execute and system will show you what's gonna happen once you run this batch. All the accounts that you have created already in your GL accounts are going to be converted into their respective categories. 11 is revenue and 1 is expenses. Right? So all the accounts falling in 11 must be in the series of 3. Have a look. All selected regions. All of these accounts are either sales or sales equivalents. Right? And all the accounts here having a category 1 are going to be a part of expenses. Go back once again, and then finally you have to execute the batch. All the 3 settings are in sequence. Execute batch input session. You will find only single batch here, FICO 250, and then after selecting from here, from above, click on process, and then click on display errors only, and then process. Once you process this, all the accounts will be converted into cost elements. Now, how to check that they have been converted? Go to controlling, cost element accounting, master data, cost element, then go to individual processing and do a display. If they are created, it will be displayed in the display mode of it. So if you go to explore it, system will tell you cost element in chart of accounts, right? It's not showing GL accounts. Hit enter, and you will find all the accounts being displayed over here has been converted into cost elements.
Okay.
These are also cost element now. So cost element is nothing, it's just an extension of the GL account into a cost element. We haven't selected any of these accounts. Give me a moment, I have a call. Huh? Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Hey, sorry. So basically the cost elements are created over here. Now
Yeah.
we need to group them as well. Why grouping is necessary? Because at some point of time, if we have to call them up at once, all the accounts, in that case, that will be a resource. So let's find out how to create a group. Under master data only, you will find the option called as cost element groups. Under groups, go to KH1, create cost element group, and here put a group name. Okay, say it as TAT1, same name. Then from here, click on this icon. You see the hierarchy icon. Write down cost element group for TAT1. Click on lower level and then put REVN stands for revenues. If your cursor is in the TAT1, then put lower, and if your cursor is on revenue, then click on same level. So one more thing will be added and put it as EXPN. Say it as expenses. Put the cursor on revenues and click on insert cost element. This is the icon, insert cost elements. So under revenue, you have accounts from 3000 to 3999. Put it and hit enter. All the accounts will be fetched automatically and displayed in the list. Same way, go to expenditures, click on cost elements. So what we did, we have grouped the whole class into two sections, expenditure and revenues, and we have allotted all the elements which are part of revenue into one, and we are going to do the same with expenditures. So all the expenses will be here itself. So now whenever
Okay.
you call this group TAT1, You will find automatically all the accounts from 3000 to 4999 are already called upon. Right? Save it. Okay, so far?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Controlling is not tough, it's just more of understanding.
Yes. Yes.
If you compare it with financial accounting, financials is much more than this. But still some people's like financial, particularly those who are, working in that. For you guys, either controlling or financial, it is going to be a new thing for you. So you guys will adjust easily. Don't worry.
Yes.
What is the status of your FI classes so far? You guys are good?
Yeah, yes, sir. I'm actually practicing again from the beginning, and yeah, it's going okay so far. I'll have to go through the remaining stuff that is there
So you
towards the end.
guys did asset accounting?
Yeah, I'm working on
No,
it.
sir, there's nothing. I still have to do that. I'm again starting it from the beginning, and I'm doing everything like from the creation of GL accounts to this thing in the end. I can.
How it will work then? Mhm. Finish
Um,
it off, finish it
no,
off.
by
You don't have much time.
yeah, yeah, I think by like probably tomorrow, day after tomorrow, I should be done with most of the stuff, and I'll let you know.
The next topic under consideration is cost center accounting and profit center accounting and internal audits. These three are there.
Right.
Okay, should I go with that or wait for you guys? Tell me. If you say I'll go with it,
Sorry.
I'm saying with whether I go with the cost center accounting today or you guys will do it until so far and then I'll move on.
That's okay, sir. Tomorrow should be fine for this one.
Because this is a little bit different. So, at least you just should
Sure.
take a grip. Acha, one more thing. Don't wait for financial to get finished. Start it from here, controlling itself. Okay?
Okay.
So, whatever we did so far, try that at least.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, Venkat?
Yeah. Okay.
Either fine. Then, see you tomorrow. We'll do cost center accounting.
See you. Bye.
Yes.